All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. I literally just went record, re-record, because now I am about to talk about Ali Abdelaziz trying to get Ariel Harwani fired from ESPN. It is amazing how many people get into it with Ariel. I mean, he really rubs people the wrong way sometimes. And it's because of exactly what I said, man. He is a journalist. He is a legit reporter, out for scoops, creating stories, stirring things up. I mean, that is what he does, okay? Now, before I get into this, if you like the content, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I upload. I do it every single day. All my subscribers are amazing. You guys engage with my content. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, and I genuinely mean that. Comment all the time. You guys like all my videos. I love it. You guys, I upload, and you guys are on it instantly. I mean, my numbers are small now versus what they will be, of course, but I can't tell you how happy it makes me when I upload a video and it has 150 views literally inside of 20 minutes. Because I just know, even 150, that's not that many people, but just knowing that there's that amount of people who get an alert and immediately oh man, and click on it. Because I do that with some people, very few people, but a few people, and I love their content so much. So knowing that there's anybody who feels like that about my content is very flattering. It makes me very happy. So thank you guys very much. Okay, so let's talk about Ariel Harwani and Ali Abdelaziz. So you want to talk about an enemy you don't want, right? You do not want Ali Abdelaziz as an enemy if you're an MMA journalist. Okay, it's not quite as bad as having Dana as an outright enemy, but if I'm okay, listen. So let me just lay out what happened. So Ariel said on his show that he thinks that Burns should fight Edwards for who should fight Usman next. I have no idea why he would say that. Obviously, Burns should get the next shot. Burns was supposed to fight in this one. And this is coming from someone who is a Masvidal fan, right? Now, and obviously, I've made it clear, I think Burns is if he ends up winning the title, then I look like a genius, okay? But I'm not saying it for that reason. I'm saying he deserves it. I mean, he was in line. He tested positive for COVID. He should get the next shot, right? Unless they want to do a rematch with Masvidal because he sold so many pay-per-views, I'm not going to get in the way of, I'm not going to throw money at or throw rocks at them making money. But Edwards, that doesn't make any sense, right? That doesn't make any sense. Burns should fight Usman, and then Masvidal should fight Edwards, and whoever wins Edwards or Masvidal gets the next title shot. That's common sense. That's what should happen, right? But when Ariel suggested that, Ali Abdelaziz, who also represents Burns, which is crazy, man. He represents everyone. I didn't even realize he represented Burns. He represents everyone. He took that super personal, and he directly said that he thinks that Ariel is trying to win favor with Conor because Conor's company represents Edwards. And I have no idea if that's true or not true. I would say this, though. If you have outside of Dana, making an enemy of Ali Abdelaziz is definitely the second worst person to have as an enemy in the position that Ariel's in. Okay, and again, it just comes from Ariel constantly stirring things up, right? Just stirring things up. That's what he does. That is what he does. The thing about the guy in the corner and the coach trying to coach him back in, that was a fiasco because Ariel created it into a fiasco. The guy didn't even fight. He didn't even go in. How is there an investigation? How is Ariel making a story out of this, right? And, I don't really think Ariel did anything that was that outlandish in this particular case. But the other thing is this. Ali has so much leverage now. He has so much leverage. He represents so many guys that are critical to the business right now, critical to MMA, that he can snap his fingers and make things very difficult for someone. And so what Ali did is he directly said, none of my fighters are going to engage with MMA until this guy's gone. I mean, he went after Ariel's job. And I mean, listen, I'm not telling ESPN what to do or even weighing in on what the correct response is. But if for real these guys are going to collectively bargain based on, or collectively act based on what Ali tells them to do, and you're not going to have interviews with Gaethje, Khabib, Usman, Burns, Triple C, none of these guys are going to engage with ESPN as long as Ariel's there. I mean, that's a tough spot. Now, Ariel does have a lot of value because he is so dialed into all of these fighters. When there's a negotiation happening, he's just got all these guys on text message. I mean, say what you want about the guy. He is very well networked in MMA. But listen, you put me in Ariel's position, I can pretty much guarantee you that I'm never going to have beef with Ali Abdelaziz, right? Because it's not. I don't even believe that it's just that it's that Ariel said that Edwards deserves a title shot. I just think that people know Ariel's nature, that he's he's stirring things up, versus knowing someone is genuinely interested in the sport and genuinely trying to report what's going on and wants to be in the mix. I guess I'm somehow injecting myself into this thing, but what I'm saying is I think the problem, it goes deeper than just he said that Leon Edwards should fight Burns. But yeah, man, I mean, this is just another example of how powerful Ali Abdelaziz is. Like, if I'm Ariel and I read that tweet, I'm concerned, I'm concerned. I'm reaching out to Ali immediately, right? Like, I'm not going to push back on him. I would just be like, whoa, dude, like, you can't have him as an enemy. You can't. If he really wanted to make a thing of it and genuinely try to get Ariel bounced, he probably could. I think what he's doing is he's pulling the leash and he's going to tell Ariel, listen, this is what I want you to say. This is what I want the messaging to be coming out of you, big boy. If you want access to my fighters, this is what you're going to say. That is Ali's job as a manager. That is his job. Okay, if it sounds like he's doing something sleazy, he's not. He's doing exactly what he should do. He's saying, like, his job is to get the best deals and the best fights for his fighters. Now, what dictates that? UFC matchmakers, media, what the fans want. And so anything that he can do as the manager to pull the string on any of those things, that's what his job is. So he's pulling the string on the media, right? Ariel suggested a course of action that is absolutely counter to what would be productive and good for his fighter. So he's pulling the string with the leverage that he has. Ariel, don't even start floating that fight, guy. But before I'll let that fight happen, I will literally never let you work in this industry again. So why don't you walk that back, Ariel? How about you walk that idea back right now? That's what he's doing. He doesn't want to get Ariel fired. He wants Ariel to say what he wants him to say, would be my guess. Getting him fired has no purpose. Like, that's the whole thing. Okay, look, I'll use the Epstein thing as an example. So let's say that Epstein has, blackmail on lots of politicians, okay? Lots of them, really powerful ones. Why would Epstein, why can you feel relatively secure that those tapes are not going to come out if you are one of those politicians in general, as long as you basically, as long as you just do what he said? The second that comes out, the leverage is gone. Right? He doesn't want to expose you. He doesn't want to ruin your life. He just wants you to do what he wants you to do. He wants to tell you, I need you to do this, and then you go do it. Right? That is the power. That is the leverage. That is what Ali wants from Ariel. Okay? If he gets Ariel fired, what does that do? How does that help him? I don't believe he's a vindictive guy. I think he's a smart business guy. I think he's a good strategist. Right? So if he gets Ariel fired, that's just vindictive and stupid. If he threatens to get Ariel fired so that Ariel will say the things he wants him to say, that's smart business. That's playing chess. That's what I would do. Okay? So I don't really have anything to add to that, except that Ariel is probably going to start doing what Ali is asking him to do, because he's not an enemy that you want. So that's what I got. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Peace.